witches, A.D. here. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about the 10 best witchy movies to watch during Halloween. Starting off with number 10 is Sleepy Hollow. Sleepy Hollow is a really good Tim Burton movie to start off with. It's got these really weird elements with Ichabod Crane and the Headless Horseman, but it's also got some witchcraft in it, which is very, you wouldn't expect that. So it's really interesting. It's got these like cool different elements, and of course it's a Tim Burton film, so of course it's got to have like that weird, like strange thing going on at the same time. Number 9 is Beautiful Creatures. So Beautiful Creatures has a really good love romantic element. There are these two people that come together seemingly as soulmates, and they find each other. One of them is a witch, one of them is immortal, and the things that happen throughout this movie are just really interesting in general. It's also one of my favorite, like, oh, I'm about to break up with someone, or I've been broken up with, I need like someone to just cuddle with me, and I just watch this movie and it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, this witch and this mortal can come together and find happiness.
Really?
Like there's elements of sacrifice, things like that. It's an all-star cast. It's got this great storyline that goes with it, this weird like demonic witchy element. It's a great movie to watch on Halloween for sure. Number 8 is one of the first witchy movies I ever saw when I was a kid. It's Kiki's Delivery Service. One of my favorite Miyazaki films in general. It's got the great animation of Miyazaki, and it also has this like really cute whimsical element of witchcraft. There's this cute little witch that's got her broom and her black cat that speaks, of course, and it's got like this, this interesting storyline of her trying to find herself in this new town, and she's trying to find different things that there are a bunch of different things that happen to her, and then this guy comes together. Really good, really good, fun movie to watch during Halloween. Number 7 is Halloweentown. Halloweentown is one of my favorite Disney Channel original movies. It's so good. I actually prefer the second Halloweentown, Halloweentown 2, Calabar's Revenge. Oh my god, it's so good. Such a good one, but first one, you have to watch the first one in order to understand the second one. I would say always watch the second one first, but you should definitely watch the first one. The first one's really cute. It starts off with like the family not knowing anything about anything because their mothers kept things from them, and then all of a sudden these kids realize that they're witches and they're warlocks, and like there's all this stuff that happens. And the second one is someone taking revenge over something that they did in the first movie, so it's really cool. It's got, everybody's kind of grown up a little bit, and it's got these like really fun witchy elements to it, and all this stuff happens in Halloweentown. These like people start to turn black and white and like really boring, and then all of a sudden like they're trying to find out what's happening. So it's a really fun, awesome movie, Disney Channel original movie when they were like actually really good and like really good quality. Granted, like, it was made in the early 2000s, but it's still, like, really, it's definitely one of my favorites, for sure. Number 6, Teen Witch. So this movie, I don't remember how I actually found this movie when I was a kid, but somehow I saw this and I was like, what did I just watch? It's absolutely ridiculous, but also absolutely incredible. It's one of those 80s movies that you just really go, what? But, okay, I see. And it's also got that whole, like, rap, like, thing that, like, they didn't know what rap was yet, but then they figured out what rap was, and they tried it, and it was like the, yeah, I'm like a rap star. Top that. Stop that.
Supersonic, idiotic, disconnected, not respected. Who would ever really want to go and top that? Such a waste of pretty face, but hanging in your nose face. I wish that you would take a look and really stop that. Top that. Well, stop that. I don't really give a about trying to top that. Stop that. I wish you finally take a real look and really stop that.
Like, it's so good. It's so good. If you haven't seen this movie, you definitely should watch it because holy crap, it's hilarious, and it's got those like weird 80 elements. Girl's a witch, finds out she's a witch, and she wants to be popular, so all this stuff happens. She has this like existential crisis and all of this stuff. She tries to figure out whether or not she should still be a witch and yada yada. Great story. So number 5 is generally everyone's favorite witchy anything. Harry Potter. Harry Potter is the best. I started off with Harry Potter when I was 11, when everybody in the movie was going to Hogwarts and everything, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool, I'm the same age as these guys and I want to do this. I want to go to Hogwarts. I want to go to Hogwarts and I want to, you know, go to the School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. I'm so good at this, guys. So my favorite ones are Prisoner of Azkaban, Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, and Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2. You can watch them in any sort of order that you want, or whichever ones you prefer, but that's my preference in terms of like the actual Harry Potters that I watch when I'm actually watching them like during this time of the year, because they're my favorites, and they're the ones with the best quality, I think, in terms of like the content and also the just viewing quality of like watching them in a row or watching them with the directors that made them and things like that. And also, I did have a major crush on Rupert Grint, who played Ron in Harry Potter. Like, swoon! That red hair, what can you do? That's all I'm saying. Moving on. So the next one is number 4, The Skeleton Key. For The Skeleton Key, you would never expect anything that actually happens in this movie would actually happen in this movie. It's really intense. It's about New Orleans, and this woman like goes to take care of this old family, and then shit goes down. You think it's a ghost story, but then you realize that there are all these crazy witchy elements. It probably took me about 3 times of watching this movie to actually understand what was happening. It's so intense, but so amazingly good. A very good, strange, like eerie thriller slash ghost story slash holy shit, there's witches involved. Like, what? It's amazing. You should definitely check out this movie. It's so good. Number 3, Practical Magic. One of the best late 90s movies like that came out during that time. Sandra Bullock, Nicole Kidman, they're both witches, they're both sisters. Things happen in their lives to where they have to like move back with their witchy aunts who like all do all this witchcraft and things like that. They live in this old Victorian house. Everything that you would think a witch would do, they do in this movie, which is really great. It's one of those movies, it's a classic witchy movie that everyone loves to watch. So hopefully you guys have seen it, and if you haven't, you definitely should check this movie out. Number 2, The Craft. It could arguably be one of, or the best movie on this list, but there is one that tops this movie. But The Craft is great because it's a teen movie about these teen witches that join a coven, and like shit goes down. All this stuff happens and it's like, whoa, what the fuck? Not only that, but they actually used real witchcraft in the movie, and there have been accounts of like weird things happening on this movie set because they did use real elements of witchcraft, which is really interesting because it's one of the only films that I've seen this happen, where like they're calling the corners and using all of this language that we would use in our actual spells. So it's really fascinating. Not only that, but Fairuza Balk, who's one of the characters, who's one of the actresses that plays one of the characters, she owned her own occult shop in the 90s, around the time when this movie came out, because I guess she was so inspired by it, also by the fact that she was a pagan. But that's also a really interesting thing. If you haven't seen The Craft, definitely a great movie to watch. It's fun, weird, scary, awkward teen moments in this movie, but also it's just like you kind of like feel with the characters. You know what they're going through, which is really great.
Blessed be.
Number 1, the best movie of this list, the best movie that has witches anywhere, is Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus is the best. It's amazing. Okay, so not only is Sarah Jessica Parker and all these big stars in it, but it's just the Sanderson sisters, and then they're singing.
I put a spell on you, and now you're gone.
And then like they're chasing after people, and there's a talking black cat who's like amazing, Thackeray Binks, who has like the best, like most awesome, amazing voice and character. He's like the wise one of them all. He's like telling them all this stuff. The black flame candle and the spell book, the grimoire made of skin and bones. It's just like, it's so fun. And then all of this weird stuff happens, and they're all like dancing and singing, like putting spells on people. I put a spell on you. It's such a good movie. It's one of my favorites. My friends and I actually had a scary movie night, and we were all advocating to watch Hocus Pocus, but there were so many other movies that they wanted to watch, and I was like, I want to watch Hocus Pocus. So it's definitely going to be one of the movies that I watch this Halloween. I hope you guys like this list of witchy movies to watch during Halloween. Please watch them all. Please watch all of these movies because they're so good. They're so amazing. What I do normally is I watch them from like October 20th to the 31st. So that you have all of this time. It's early in October, you have all of this time to watch these movies. I definitely guarantee you that you will have the best time watching them because one, there are like the scary elements, two, there are the really fun, strange, like what weird witchy moments, and then there's just like the fun gathering of everybody together watching these movies. Definitely hands down one of the funnest things to do on Halloween is watch scary movies, watch witchy movies together. So I hope you like this video. Please tell me if you've seen any of these movies. Tell me some of your favorites. If I haven't mentioned any of your favorites, just tell me what you think of the movies and which ones you like and everything like that in the comments below, and please subscribe. Thanks.